All right, so let's do some Q&A. The first one comes from Ed. He has a CARES Act question. He has the opportunity to buy a small house with a low mortgage of $130,000, but he asked, "Do you think I should take advantage of the CARES Act to withdraw $130K from his IRAs so he doesn't have to take the mortgage? My income for 2020 with the distribution would be $150K, which is still less than what he was making full time. He's since retired. Do I take the mortgage, reduce my monthly housing by $600 while paying interest, or pay outright, reduce my housing to near zero?" All right. All right, so let's go into this. First of all, look, remember the CARES Act assumes that you have some kind of issue with COVID-19. I don't know how they're going to police that up, Ed. I don't know. But like I was talking to a guy the other day who I gave you an example of who literally had the COVID. Almost killed him, except thankfully one of the docs his wife was persistent on prescribing hydrochloroquine, and because of that he's on the right path now. So he could prove it. Can you? I don't know. So that's always a challenge to me for sure. Secondly, I tell you, man, I think having liquidity is so $130,000 mortgage is probably going to cost you what, $650 a month. That doesn't. I would rather have the cash and pay that $650 a month. I would rather have the mortgage and keep the money on the side. I really would. I think we're going to a scenario that's dicey. I do, and I don't know if that means that's because it's dicey doesn't mean it's going to be bad. It just we don't know. I mean, we never know. But I just think there could be some problems coming down the pike, and I might be wrong. But man, $650. I mean, that's not that huge of a mortgage. That was my first mortgage for the first house we ever bought back in 1997, so 98. I would take the mortgage, keep the cash, and when I say keep the cash, keep the investments, and give it a couple of years and see how things shake out. But I don't like spending down my money at this stage. I just don't. That does not mean if you have a mortgage, go ahead and take a cash out refinance. No. I mean, if you have a home paid for, don't do any cash out refinances, my friends. I don't like that. I'm just saying, if I had the option of taking a $630 month, I think he said $630 or $600 a month payment versus reducing my liquidity by $130 in this day, I'd take the payment for sure and keep my liquidity. Hope this helps. All right, let's keep going. So Steve writes in, Chris Barfield referred him to me. Chris Barfield from Barfield Financial, which is fantastic. But he said he's already a subscriber on YouTube, so that's good. So he questioned. They live in California. They can move to Texas. They got 7-figure in retirement accounts. How do you determine a Roth conversion? Is it worth it? So I did a video on this the other day. Let me see if I can't find the actual title of that video. Hold on just a second. Let me see. 1 second. We got the blank. These 3 things determine if Roth conversions make sense. Married filing jointly, you are, but it looks like you're gonna have a pension, so that might be a negative on it. And you certainly doesn't make sense to do a Roth conversion while you're in California if you're gonna move to Texas. Wait till you get to Texas for sure. Is there a rule of thumb about percentage of money saved? There is no rule of thumb about Roth conversions. It's completely subjective for sure. The numbers seem to suggest that even jumping into a higher tax bracket for 4 to 5 years can make sense. I presume the length of time involved in the impact on the widow's tax trap. Yeah. Have you heard of this being true? I wrote the book on that. So yes, I unequivocally have heard that being true. I'm the one who coined the phrase, the widow's tax trap. Absolutely. Would it make sense to spread the conversions over a longer period of times, like 20 years, if the amount saved was less? Yeah, I mean, sure, it could make sense. There's a lot of questions there. So you're individual. You just got to run the individual numbers, man. There's no other way around that. Yeah, it absolutely could make sense to spread it over 20 years for sure. The point about the widow's tax trap when it comes to Roth conversions is you don't want to die and leave your wife getting hammered from the taxes. So you want to do as much as you possibly can manage while you're married filing jointly. That's what it comes down to. The problem is I have a feeling you're gonna have a pension, which is gonna make it more difficult. So it's a challenge, but there's you just got to look at the numbers, man. Hope this helps. Let's keep going. Thanks. So Bill writes in. He seemed like a no BS kind of person. Therefore, I think I can ask this question. All right. I've been searching for a financial something, advisor, planner, whatever, Not really sure what I need, if anything at all. I'm 64, have over roughly 2 million saved for retirement in deferred accounts, and I'm pretty 99% invested. Virtually no cash. Would love a video on what advisors really do. Difference between the two. I'm not sure what the two are. And is it worth the value? One advisor I was close to pull the trigger on offered a plan for about $16,000 with a goal to manage my money for 1%. Yeah, that's stupid. Run away from that guy. I'm not opposed to investing in professional services that are of value, but can't seem to understand the profession, the tool of value. Yeah, there is none, man. I mean, you got to where you are without an advisor managing your money. Why would you need an advisor to manage your money? I don't get this whole thing that I need an advisor. Now, some people do. Some people, there are some people do, and that's fine. That's fine. Absolutely. I got no qualm there, but, I don't think that's you, man. You need the advisor to help you with tax consequence for sure. But in this case, a CPA hopefully would be able to do that for you. Because your biggest concern is you got that much money. You don't say if you're single or not. I gotta assume you're single because you make no reference to a spouse. So there's not much you can do here, big guy. There's not. I mean, in terms of a tax perspective, there's just not. You got that much money in retirement accounts. You're a single guy. Social Security is coming down the pike in a couple of years if you're not on already. You just have to bite the bullet and pay the thing, man. Now people say, "Oh, but you can pay a little bit more now to pay less later," and maybe 22 to 25% if the Trump tax bill goes away. It's not a huge jump for sure. And then on top of that, you're going to have to pay the Medicare premiums anyway. They're going to have the IRMA is going to eat you alive for sure. An advisor would have been good for you while you were working, potentially. To have tax diversification, some more after-tax money, Roth money, and traditional money. But seeing how it's too late for that, I don't know what an advisor would do for you. I mean, what are they going to do? Put stop-loss orders on your accounts? Wow, who needs that? You ride the market and do it. Now, you probably should have some cash on the side, to be honest with you, but I would not. I don't see what $16,000 for a plan to 1% to run your money. That's dumb. I wouldn't hire that to save my life. I have no idea if you're going to be able to successfully retire. My inclination is, given what you emailed me, that you will be. So I don't see the need for it for sure. Hope this helps. Thanks. On the same lines of Bill's question, but from a completely different aspect. Roxana writes in, just ran across my YouTube. Seemed like very logical steps. I feel I may have screwed things up though. My question is, why should you have 0 IRAs when you reach 70? For some of the vids, it looks like I need a financial advisor and a tax advisor. Know anyone not too busy and not too expensive I can contact. Hope you are COVID safe. Okay. Well, the idea behind this, Roxanne, is that you want to have your money. How can I say this? Once you're at RMD at 72 now, so when you first saw my videos, we didn't have the Secure Act. What was the Secure Act, where RMDs are now at 72. So once you're at 72, you have to start taking mandatory distributions. Those mandatory distributions could go a long way to putting you in the guide in being hit by the tax torpedo, which is now all of a sudden your Social Security will be taxed, whereas it wasn't before, on top of the amount of money you got to take from your RMD. So ideally, it's wonderful if all of your accounts are in taxable or tax-free accounts by the time you hit Social Security age, if that makes sense. So 70 is the delayed earnings credits on Social Security. 72 now is the required minimum distributions. Either way, by the time you hit 70, you're on Social Security. By the time you hit 72, if RMDs aren't there, and you can just live on Social Security alone, it's completely tax-free. Do you need an advisor to do that? No, man. You just say, okay, I got $100,000 in my in my IRA. I'm 65 years old. I got 5 years before I hit 70. I want to defer taking my Social Security to them. So I just take out $20,000 a year from my IRA. Pretty simple. And then when I hit Social Security age at 70 and I have no more IRAs, all my Social Security income is tax-free. If my only income is Social Security, it's tax-free. So hope this helps. But I don't know if you need an advisor or certainly a tax advisor for that. Something you can figure out on your own just by recognizing how the tax situation works. That's what you got to do. I'd start probably my book right there on the right there. No, I don't have it over there, I guess. I thought I had a copy. Well, over here. Nope. Um, well, here's. I mean, I start with my book. You can retire on Social Security, and I'd look at any books of mine on the tax bomb and your retirement accounts on Amazon. Just type in my name, Josh Scanlon, on Amazon, and you'll see all my books. Thanks now. All right, so Andy writes in asking about structured notes, or sometimes called income notes. What are they? Are they too risky? What conditions or terms make them a good investment, or should we stay away from them? All right, so I'm not exactly sure what he's referring to. When I was at Legg Mason Smith Barney, we had all kinds of structured products, usually 10 to 24. I mean, usually 12 to 24-month terms. Essentially, a lot of them are FDIC insured. And they give you almost like an equity index annuity of some sort, but shorter time frame. They say, look, if the market goes up, more than 10%, you don't make anything. If the market goes between up 10 and down 10, you make 10%. If the market goes down more than 10%, you don't make anything. Something like that. There's all kinds of different scenarios in these. So again, you're saying, okay, I got $100,000. I'm going to put in the market. I'm going to put in the structured note. If the market goes up 10%, I get nothing. If the market goes below 10%, I get nothing. But if it goes in between negative 10 and positive 10, I'll get whatever the market gave me or something like that. All kinds of different ones. You say I'm guaranteed 6%, but if the market goes up by 24%, I'll get 6. But if the market goes down by 24% or more, I'm guaranteed to I'll have to lose some amount of money, but no more than 15%. All kinds of different things. I don't like them because they're designed to get you to. They're designed to generate commissions for the firms. There's just no getting around that. It's all speculative crap. And what happens is every year they turn over, or every 24 months. So you get a structured note, and basically what they do is you get the broker call. All right, Mrs. Smith, your structured note came up. We got a new one. Just happens to coincide with the one that just matured for you. And you just every year you get a 3 to 5% commission whenever the structured notes turn over. It's I'm just not a fan of them. Now I'm not sure exactly what structured income note is. I don't know, but we used to have these structured products, syndicate. That's what they call syndicate. I forgot, but structured. And man, anytime it gets complex, somebody's making money off it, and it ain't you. Just keep that in mind. That's why index funds are so great, because they're easy. I'm just buying the index and I'm done with it. So just keep that in mind. If these guys did it to benefit you, they would not be if investment firms were there to benefit you, they would not have all the huge offices, fancy schmancy offices, all the employees they have, they just wouldn't. They're there to benefit them first and foremost. Trust me, I worked at them. I know how it works. These are not there to benefit you whatsoever. I hope this helps. Thanks. All right, so Greg writes in, he says, Mr. Scanlon, you have said you would rather take the pension than a lump sum. Don't put those words in my mouth, brother. The lump sum I receive would take me about 13 years in monthly pension payouts. In that same 13 years historically, should I not make 150? I don't understand what this guy's saying. So I think I emailed said I don't understand what he's saying. So he's got 122,000 lump sum. His monthly would have been about 1,075. Okay, gotcha. So there we go. So 120. That's how you got to decide this. 122,000 lump sum with a monthly payout would have been $1,075. So what we do is we take $1,075, times that by 12, divide that into 122,000. And his payout ratio is 10.5%, man. That's freaking nuts. Okay, he's got all these different numbers to validate not taking the lump sum, to validate they should take the lump sum instead of the pension. I don't know how old he is. I don't know if that's survivor life. I don't know anything other than if I can get friggin' 10%, what did I say, the payout ratio on a pension? Yeah, 10.57. I'm taking that puppy almost 98% of the time. The few times I wouldn't take it if I was going to die within 5 years, and I knew that for a fact. That's for a fact. But other than that, man, I'm taking that 98 times out of 100. If you get that kind of pension return relative to taking a lump sum, I think you're crazy not to take the pension. Hope this helps. All right, let's do one more. Thanks. All right, so Kim writes in, I currently have 120K in my 401K. That is about 20% of my retirement money, which made me believe then that he or she has, what, about 500,000 or so, 550? He or she says 61, plan on working for another 4 to 5 years. Ooh, Pablo just made a appearance, so make sure you paw the like button anytime Pablo makes an appearance. Hello, handsome. He's ashamed. Did he just go potty? Because look how he's got his ears behind it. Oh, you okay? It looks like he just went potty. Did you go potty in the house or something? Good boy. He's going to work for another 4 to 5 years, so basically until he's 65. I just read your comparison of the Vanguard Wellesley Income Fund to the Vanguard Target Fund. I'm thinking about putting my 401k in the Wellesley Income Fund and maxing it out about 30K per year with company match. Does this make sense? Absolutely. I'm a big fan of the Wellesley Income Fund for sure. Now, the Target Fund is going to be more diversified, Kim. But it's more diversified doesn't necessarily mean it's better. It doesn't mean it's worse. It just means it has more exposure to other aspects of the investing world than the Vanguard Wellesley Income. But the Wellesley Income for a guy or a lady who's 4 to 5 years out for retirement, I'm all for that, man, without question. And just keep plugging away into that. That's tough to beat. I mean, I like Wellington as well, but Wellesley is a great fund. Now, hope this helps. We'll do another Q&A session here shortly. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to paw. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. See ya.